Hello everyone. Today we are going to create a new project for EDT data type. So today in this project we will create data types, different types of data types and the form. So we are going to build form with different type of data types. Data types is nothing like it's a type of value. So every variable has the value and the value will have the data type, whether it's a string, integer or so on. So here in this dynamics FNO, we have different data types. Let me start. Open the project, Visual Studio. Here already I have a project lab 1. We will create a project lab 2. Before that, you have to make sure you have the model. We already created the model. Go here, model management, create model MB500. As we are doing the exercise, we already have a model and just I will try to click update model and I will show you what is that. So here MB lab exercise we have created already and included packages. This is the referred packages. So this application foundation, application platform and another personal management, we have referred this model to our project. So then we can able to add the tables and other extended data types from this model. So now I'm going to create a new project. Select the solution, click add and click new project. Okay, now in the new project, select finance and operation and click next. Okay, the project name is project MB500 lab 2 and click create. I think we do have it already and just I will try to create 2.1. Okay, now once we added the project, make sure that project has referred the proper model. So here it's showing a fleet management. So this is not the fleet management. We have to refer to the MB500 lab. So model. So change the for changing the model, right click on the project, go to properties and select the model, change to MB lab exercise. Click apply. Okay. Now the lab changed to the MB. The model, the project has been linked to the correct model. Now we started to create a extended data type. Right click on the project, click add and add new item. Under the data types, select the EDT string and the EDT string name will be, click the EDT string, then EDT string name will be MB exam ID and click add button. Once clicked in the solution folder, you will notice the folder has been created and the element is MB exam ID. Double click the MB exam ID element. Now here in the exam ID properties, change the label name into exam ID. Usually the proper way, the best practice to click the Eclipse and load the label from the existing label which we creating. But we don't have it, so we just normally creating the label directly on the properties. Now click save all. Now I will show you now what we done. It's we created the new extended data type MB exam ID. Now we will create another extended data type. Okay, the same manner, go to the solution explorer, right click on the project, add item, EDT string. This is also EDT string type which we are going to add, called MB exam name. Click add. The same manner it's appeared. Double click and change the properties of the label exam MB exam name to exam name. The same thing, we will create another extended data type. This time will be a different type. Right click the project, add new item. In the data types, we will choose EDT date. Select the EDT date. And the name will be MB exam date. Click add. So there is a separate folder for date. Similarly, change the property of this exam date label to exam date. Now we will create another data type which is called base enum data type. Right click on the project, add new item. Under the data type, select the base enum. Base enum kind of type which you can store the value yes or no, or true or false. Change the name into exam MB exam organizer. Click add. Now it's appear base enum separately. Change the properties of the this base enum type. In the label property organizer. Now, as I told you, the base enum will have a two value. Okay, so we need to create as per the plan. We will create a base enum like not yes or no, because it's the word you can understand. MB exam organizer will be internal or external, so we are creating a two base enum. Right click on this, click new element. One is a internal, rename it. Okay, label name internal. So another one external. Right click, new element, rename it external. Change the label name. Save it all. Now we'll create a new data models. Okay, go to solution explorer, right click the project to add new item. Now instead of data type, go to data model. Here select the table. The table name will be exam mb exam table. Click add. So you notice that table folder there is a new element mb exam table will be created. Open in the element designer. So you have the full details of under the table. We have the properties, field, field groups, indexes, full text, relations, delete, state, mapping, methods, and events. So now select the field node, then the field, this is the empty table, right? So we will add the field which we created already as a extended data type. So instead of creating a right click the field, we can create right click the field, but instead of that we can drag and drop this field directly to the field. From the solution explorer, select the mb exam date and mb exam id, drop it under the field, and same mb exam name. So rename it as well as the base enum also, and rename it, remove the mb. Okay, now it will look like this. Now navigate to the field group, expand it. Now we will add a new field group name, mb exam. Rename it. Then open the properties, the label, under the label exam details, the label name. After we create the mb exam group, field group, now what we are going to do, we have to, in the field group, what are the fields we need to make a group. So we add all these fields which we created now, drag and drop to the mb exam, exam date, exam id, exam name, and exam organizer. Okay, now in the index, expand the index, nothing is there. We will create a new index, right click the index, it's taking time. New index, rename this new index as exam id. Okay, now go to the properties of exam id and allow, change the allow duplicates into no. We don't want to allow the duplicates. Click no. So now, now we have to, I think the exam id name we created wrongly. Yes, it's okay now. In the index we have to add the exam id field. Okay, from the field node, click it, and directly this is the primary key. So there will be a unique key, right? For each table there is a foreign primary key, and you can say the foreign key in the second table, child table. So this is the primary key. So for indexes we add the exam ID from the field. Okay, now click save all. Now we are going to create a new interface. Okay, so now, before that, we'll try to build it. Click save all one more time. Right click the project, lab 2, build. Let the system will build. So once it's built, we'll create a user interface. User interface is called form. We have a different types of user interface, but what we are going to create is a form, because in the form we like to display all the fields which we created here. Let me see what happened. The build is still okay. Now I think build started. Still is checking. Yes, the build has been done now. Now we will create a form. Right click on the project and click add new item. Under the user interface option, click form, and the form name will be MB exam table. Click add. A new form folder will be created. Under that there is a form MB exam table. Double click, it will open in the element designer, right? So now we need to add the table MB exam table which we created already, right? And we added the field also, custom field, right? The custom field is MB exam ID, exam name, exam date, and the exam organization, which we added in the table. Now the entire table we will add it as a data source. Okay, just drag it and drop it in the data source. Okay, now you can expand it and you can see all the fields which we created showing here. This is the important steps. Now we can design the form. Right click and apply pattern. Use the simple list pattern. Okay, okay, that's it. Now go to the properties and in the action pan, scroll up, add the caption, exam details, and the data source. Scroll it down a little bit, you will get it here. Under the data category, data source is table, MB exam table. Yes, it's the only table is there. Now click save all to make sure save the progress. Now in the design mode, we will add 3 controls. Right click, new, action pan, rename it, make it action plan, and then again another control. Right click the design, add new, group, again rename it, change to filter group. The third one, grid. Right click the design, new, grid, change it into simple as grid. Okay, Now, now under the filter group, in the action pan, nothing to do, anything. In the filter group, add the sub pattern. Right click the filter group. Right click the filter group again. Okay. Now go to new, add sub pattern called custom. One minute. It's called apply pattern, custom and quick filters. Okay. Now the same thing. Right click the filter group, click new and add quick filter. Here we go. We added the quick filter. Right click and rename the quick filter as a quick filter. Now go to the grid, go to the properties of the grid. The data source you have selected as a, you should select, because we need, the grid is a row and column, so we need to link the table, MP exam table. Okay, click save all. Now go to the, navigate to the field groups. Now find the, navigate to the MB exam table form. Here under the data sources exam table, expand it. Here expand the field group. Now you have to find the MB exam. Right, now drag this MB exam to the grid. Okay, now go to the quick filter. Go to properties. In the default column, type MB exam underscore exam ID. Click save all. Now we'll create a display menu item. Go to Solution Explorer. Right click the project. Click add new item. User interface display menu item. Display menu item will be MB exam table. Click add. It's created here. Now go to the properties. Here in the object, select, when you click the display menu item, what it want to show. You need to show the form. which will be the MB exam table. Object type is form and object is MB exam table, and label type it as exam. Click save all. Now the finally we are going to extend the menu. So this is the menus in the Solution Explorer. This is the menu, but with this menu only we are not going to show in the form Dynamics F&O page. We will take the existing menu and will add our custom menu in that menu. Okay, so for that, in the Application Explorer, go to User Interface, collapse, under the User Interface, under the Forms, take HRM menu. Not in the forms, actually in the menu, because we're going to create a menu, right? Okay, right click and create extension. Then in this project we can notice the extension should be created here, HRM menu, right? Open it in the element designer. Right, so now we will drag this exam MB exam table display menu item and drop it to the setup. Right, it's there now. Now click save, because what we did, we extended this menu HRM menu and we added our custom menu, custom display item here under the setup. Once you click save all, now we'll try to test it. Right click and build again. The build is going on, you can see the progress. Wait for it. Now the build has been done now. Okay, now we can open the browser. We lost your connection, we'll try to resync it. Try to open the Dynamics page, login page. Might it will need to re-authenticate. We'll open the page again. Just refresh it. Okay, now it's opening finance and operation page. Sometimes the system is slow. Yes, finally we have to see the page now. We'll go to the models, open the models. Okay, here human resource. Go to the human resource. Okay, because why we are at the menu HRM menu. If you remember last step, we add the HRM menu. That's why we're going to human resources. In this one, we add the our custom display in the setup. So go to the setup. Where is this? Collapse everything. And yeah, here is the setup. Click setup. Mm, here, yeah, the last one, the exam, right? Click. We should not get any error. It's loading now. Finally, good. Now this is the form which we created. Okay. Now click the new button. Okay. Now we can add the exam date, exam ID. Okay. Exam date format is, well, the format is wrong. Exam ID, exam name, MB 500. Right. Save it. Okay. You can edit it. We will add one more line. Okay. Exam date, just for example only. MB 300. Save it. Now there is no more MB 300, so I'm just deleting. It's asking, are you want to delete? Click yes. Okay. So all the actions we can able to do. We can insert it, edit it, we can delete it. That's it. So this is the purpose of the extended data type. So what we done? We created the first data type, sorry, the field, and then we created the, let me open the project. Again it's slow. Okay. We created the data type, base enum, and the dates and the string. Oh my god. Okay. Then we combine uh, all the field to this table, and this table will link to this form. Okay, this form will link it to the display menu item as an exam. So this exam table will link it to the extension. It might be confusion for you, but I'll explain you again. We created the extended data type one, organizer, date, exam ID, and name, and we all the fields we included in the MB exam table. This MB exam table, with further we add it in the form. This form, then we link it to the display menu item. This display menu item then link it to the menu extension. This is the process. Don't worry, you will get uh, like familiar when you do the hands-on job practice.